Hey everybody, I hope you're having a nice, warm, cozy, cold November evening. I'm sitting here with one of my little babies, and she's in her pink sweater trying to stay warm with her mommy. And my other two are asleep somewhere on a doggy bed or somewhere. But hopefully she won't bark right now. My husband is at school, and so I figured this would be the perfect time to just do an update vlog, health vlog, and just of what's going on with me, since I have not updated my health vlog since I think I just only did the one. But I wanted to go ahead and update that. So anyway, back in when I had talked to you last time, I had been sent to a rheumatologist to be tested for both either lupus or rheumatoid arthritis. And I had those blood tests done, and I found out mid-August I do have rheumatoid arthritis. And I also have secondary Sjogren's syndrome. And Sjogren's is spelled Sjogren's. And the rheumatoid arthritis at that time was affecting my wrists, hands, and fingers, my ankles, feet, and toes. And I was having like a lot of, and I still am having a lot of like stabbing pains in certain finger and toe joints mostly. It's not a shooting pain, but it feels like somebody's jabbing a needle down through my joints at the time. And those come and go whenever they want to, when they will take the breath away from you. So anyway, I'm now on another medication that I'm trying for the rheumatoid arthritis. But let me start at the beginning. So in mid-August, I was diagnosed, and my blood test showed that the inflammation in my body is 5 times what it should be. Typically, they would give you steroids to keep the inflammation down, but in my case, I cannot take any sort of steroids. I've tried different ones in the past for different things, and I cannot have any of them. My body does not tolerate them. I have very, very severe reactions to them. And so that's been kind of an issue right there. But then also, I'm still on Mobic currently, which I've been on for inflammation, and that's just I believe it's an NSAID. And so I've been on that since actually around end of February, beginning of March. I've been on that. And I mean, it helps a little bit with the pain, but not a whole lot. And I take it twice a day, morning and night. And then I started out back in August taking Plaquenil, which is used for both rheumatoid arthritis and lupus. And the side effects just were horrible. Just tons of nausea, constantly in the bathroom. I mean, it's not pleasant. It's an anti-malaria drug, which, sounds really bad. But it's honestly one of the worst things I've ever taken, in my opinion. I mean, that's how my body reacted to it, and everybody reacts differently. And like, I started having more pain, and so I called my rheumatologist because, I mean, I was seeing absolutely no improvements whatsoever, and he told me to go ahead and discontinue it at that point. And so I did that, and I went to see him within a couple days after that, and he did an evaluation of my joints, and the RA had spread to like my elbows and shoulders and into my knees and hips. So it seemed to have gotten a lot worse and a lot more painful. And so he wanted to treat it more aggressively. So he put me on methotrexate, which is actually a cancer drug that is used for rheumatoid arthritis. And I've been on that for about 7 weeks, I think now. And I just had an appointment with him last week. And I started out for 6 weeks, I did 10 milligrams once a week. And I did a lot better on that nausea wise and all than I did with the other. It still makes you not feel great, but at least I didn't have to take it every day, which that actually helped a lot. And then last week I went back to him, and he's checking my inflammation level and doing blood tests again, which I haven't received the results from those. But he increased the methotrexate to what would be 15 milligrams once a week, but we've now changed over to injections to try to avoid some of the side effects. And I am the biggest baby when it comes to needles. Luckily, my husband doesn't mind giving shots, and he's done plenty of them. So he does those for me, and I've had 2 of those. I had one last week, and I had one yesterday. And I do a lot better with the injections than I do with the pills. I have a lot less nausea and a lot less issues with it. So that's been good. I'm hoping that this increase will help. When I went back to him last week, he checked my joints, and particularly my left hand had gotten a lot worse. And like he would press on my joints, and I just jerk my hand back because it hurt so badly. So he did send me for an MRI on my left hand to see if, kind of get a baseline reading, and also see if there was any damage that has occurred at this point. But he really wants to get a baseline since that was the worst hand. And so far with the methotrexate, being out 7 weeks, I still have not seen any results from it. So I'm hoping that, within the next few weeks, maybe I'll start seeing some results from the increased dosage. Hopefully. And I go back to him at the end of December. And I'm hoping to find out the results from my blood tests and all that kind of stuff. And I'm hoping that my anemia is a little better than it has been, because I've been fighting with that for quite a while now. And just between the RA and the anemia is very common in RA. But just the combination of all that, I've been having just extremely tired a lot. And that makes it really difficult to really do much of anything. Some days I do have more energy than others, but for the most part I do sleep a lot. And also, due to not being able to work for so long and having pain and just not feeling well, I gotta change hands, my hand's hurting. But just not feeling well for so long now. I mean, it's been since the end of February since this really kicked in. My depression has been a lot more severe, and my anxiety, and so I've been dealing with my psychiatrist. I've been going to her about every week right now, trying to get it under control as much as possible. And it's really hard to do because pain makes my depression worse, and depression seems to make the pain worse. So it's like an endless cycle. And I've always been one of these people who pain and illness affects their depression, because I've suffered with depression for a good 20 years. It's been about 20 years since I've been diagnosed. So that makes that worse. But I've had a really rough time. It's been really hard on my husband, dealing with me and dealing with a full-time job, a full-time school schedule. So I really feel bad for him. But he's been so supportive of me, and my family has been extremely supportive, and his family, and just, I do have a good support system around me. So, trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to tell you right now. I'll say I may have some other health updates coming up that I may share, I may not share. It depends on how I feel about that part of it. It has to do with the depression, but I won't know more about that until later on. So anyway, if there's any of you out there suffering from a chronic, life-changing disease of any sort, or rheumatoid arthritis, or any sort of autoimmune disease, I would love to hear from you and hear your story, because one thing that has seemed to help me has been finding out from other people, hearing their experiences, just knowing I'm not the only one out there with this. And so I know that would help me out a lot, and I'm sure that would help a lot of other people out if they could, if you could, maybe several of us could communicate or something. So I would love to do that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off right now. Oh, I do have, when I'm up to doing some more videos, I do have some videos that I definitely want to do. And one in particular, I went to Livy Ray lingerie store up in Kennesaw, and that's from the show Double Divas on Lifetime. And they helped come up with a special bra for me for my rheumatoid arthritis. So that was really exciting. And no, I didn't get to meet Molly and Cynthia, but I did get to meet Anita and Pops, and they're very, very nice people. And Anita is the one who actually did all the, seamstressing on my bras that I got. And I'm actually excited about telling you all about it and showing you those and telling you about my experience at that store, because it was wonderful. And so I'm looking forward to doing that. And I just got my, they altered an extra bra for me, and I got that in the mail yesterday. So I definitely want to show that to you. And anyway, so look for that coming up. Hopefully it won't be too long from now. And also I want to, there's some different stores I've been to, and some different products I've tried that I have been loving and that I want to share with you. So anyway, I hope y'all take care, and I would love to hear from some of you all. And don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and I will hopefully hear from some of you soon. Take care, and bye.